Growing up, my dad thought that making me wear tucked-in polo shirts to school would build character. I don't know about all that, but it definitely made me pretty insecure. While I was forced to wear pleated khakis, my peers were all wearing wide-leg JNCOs. On top of that, I needed glasses before wearing glasses ever seemed cool. Also, to save money on haircuts, my dad liked to just buzz my hair off on the back porch. Living with my mom in high school, things got better, but I still felt awkward and uncomfortable in my own skin. I started dating a senior during my sophomore year. I bragged about that for a while. It was one of the first times I felt good about myself. I latched onto that pretty hard. Over the course of our 4-year relationship, I invested the entirety of my security and self-worth in her affirmations of me. At the point that she broke up with me, I felt abandoned and worthless. I became reclusive. I'd curl up in my bed all day and just quiver. It was really stupid. But I didn't know who was going to tell me that I was worth something. Liz had taken me to her church while we were dating. I only really liked her Sunday school because it was more of a discussion than a lecture. The teacher, Joe Good, once asked me, "Why do you believe that you'll go to heaven when you die?" I thought I was a pretty nice guy, so I told him that. Joe went on to ask if I had any assurance that being a nice guy merited any eternal reward. I'd never really met a Christian that reasoned through things like Joe did. So much of Christianity seemed like something you were supposed to believe blindly. Joe explained that in the Bible the word faith is defined as the assurance of things hoped for, and that people that don't have assurance don't have faith. They just have a blind hope. In my pursuit of assurance, Joe recommended a book called Mere Christianity. In one chapter, C.S. Lewis explains that sometimes it's a good thing to pretend in a way that leads to the real thing. He says, when you're not feeling particularly friendly, but you know you ought to be, the best thing that you can do, very often, is to put on a friendly manner and behave as if you're a nicer person than you really are. And in a few minutes, as we have all noticed, you will really be feeling friendlier than you were. Very often, the only way to get equality in reality is to start behaving as if you already had it. In context, Lewis is talking about how Jesus taught us to pray, "Our Father," as though we are speaking as the Son of God. We are instructed to pretend we are Jesus. This still seems so profound to me. When I imitate a person with the qualities I desire, I develop those qualities. Practically, having a low self-esteem, I have begun pretending to be confident. And people actually think I'm confident. And I feel more confident. From a spiritual perspective, my assurance is in the fact that God can't lie, and that He made a promise that if you confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord, and believe in your heart that God raised Him from the dead, you will be saved. And I feel confident. No pretending necessary for that.